speaking of that paper that you just mentioned, I was looking at the old copy of it on my laptop as I was thinking about this Zoom call, and
she kept it. She still has it.
I have it. It was
a lot. That really does.
Well, I ended up being an English major at UVA, so
oh, good.
Writing a research paper like that, and especially the author I did was Naguib Mahfouz.
Mahfouz! Oh, okay, now my brain's like, hey, no, she's the one that did that. Yeah. Like, okay, yeah.
That ended up like really preparing me. Well, I never had to take any English classes at LFCC because I had them from dual enrollment in high school, so that was yours was one of the only papers like that I had to write, and it ended up being like the perfect preparation for a lot of the English and other just history and American studies classes that I took at UVA. So
let me explain to Kelly why she was doing a literature paper in a history class. Because the way I approach these classes, I really treat them more like area studies. So this was really Middle Eastern studies. It's not called that, but that's the approach that I took. And so when they do a research paper, I let them do whatever they want to do as long as it's within the area, okay? So, I tell them if you're inclined, if you're artistically inclined, if you're, into literature or whatever, don't feel like you have to do a paper on the Fourth Arab-Israeli War or something if that doesn't get you excited. Hey, and I don't read a whole lot of Middle Eastern lit, all right? I just remember Mahfouz because my first Middle East course as a grad student, way back in 1983, all right, he assigned one of Mahfouz's novels as assigned reading. So we all had to come in and discuss while we're reading all this history and all this. Here is this novelized account of life on the streets of Cairo in the 1950s. All right. So it was really an eye-opening thing for all of us, but especially for me. I was an English major back in the day. So I really enjoyed it. I really did. And that always stuck with me. In fact, I picked up a copy of Mahfouz. It's still sitting on my shelf. There's like 3 of his novels in one kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, not very many people did that. So now I'm remembering like, oh, okay, she was the brave one, right? That said, hey, I'm going to do my paper on this author, on this Egyptian author. And
not knowing that you were just as fascinated by that author when you were an English major yourself. And what a great way for it to come full circle, for her to then become an English major too. Caroline, you just got a big compliment.
I know.